So here we are back down in the Lake District, and I've taken a wee trip down to Hodge Close Quarry. It's just around the corner from where I'm staying at the moment. It's a busy place. There's quite a few rock climbers, abseilers that are here. I don't know if you can see it behind me, but it's an old disused quarry filled with water. So we're currently just scouting out the area. I've never been here before, so I'm just looking for possible photo opportunities. It might be a high up looking down type of shot to start with. The light's pretty flat, there's not an awful lot going on here. It's quite windy as well, so I've got to keep that in mind. Or I might go down, probably do a little circuit around the quarry itself and see what options are there for a photo, and then scramble. I think that's the only way down. The kind of loose scree, which is just in front of where we're standing at the moment. So first things first, let's have a wee wander around and see what this place has to offer. So I've not gone too far. What I've spotted is this lovely little tree that is just coming out of the rock face there. Unfortunately, just off to the side there's some more trees which kind of, it doesn't obscure it, but it doesn't make it stand out as much as I'd hoped. But what I'll probably do, I'll just sit up here and take a photo of this little tree it's just hanging on the edge of this rock face. It's really cool. So there we are, nice and simple, 85mm, taking a shot, f11, 40th of a second, simple as. Initially it was quite bright when I first exposed for it, first set the exposure for it, but darkened it down quite a bit because of that rock face and really wanting the green to pop out. What I might do now is I might reduce the f-stop right down as quite low to see if I can really blur out that background and make it stand out even more, just so you can see that backdrop fall off more because it just being a kind of grey rock. There's quite a lot of detail in that rock, but it'd be quite nice if the backdrop of it is just kind of blurred right out. So I'm going to reduce it down to 1.4 and see what kind of effect that gives us. Yeah, so I've reduced the f-stop down. I think I said 1.4, my 85 only goes down to 1.8 so I'm not going to get any lower than that. So yeah, obviously that's I've set the ISO to 100. Yeah, because the 1.8 is letting in quite a lot of light, obviously. So I've set that to there, and 320th of a second, very very fast. And I'm going to bracket this as well, because I might, try and bring out again, like I usually do, quite a lot of the information on the tree itself, whereas everything else is going to be pretty dark. So yeah, let's have a wee look how this goes. Well, it's a bit hard to tell on the back of the screen, but I don't think the backdrop is really as blurry as I'd hope it would have been. I think maybe because the tree as the subject is just so far away, but we'll see what it's like. It's hard to tell on the back of the screen. But I'm going to pack up here and have a look, continue wandering around. But it was a nice one just to start the day with, something quite simple. What I'll probably do is I'll crop in a wee bit further than my 85 allows and just make it a bit of a square format. Nice kind of vignetting, so everything's drawn into the centrepiece, which is that little tree that's hanging on the cliff face. On the walk around here, you're getting all these little snippets back in time with when this used to be a functioning quarry. And down here you've got some apparatus. Up here you've got some kind of supports for pulleys. It's really quite cool. So I think the next plan of attack is going to be, if we head over to the other side of the quarry there and head down this scree side, and that way you can actually get low down and get some kind of maybe some long exposure shots of the reflection, the water and the rocks, and there's actually a waterfall just over there as well, just a very small one, but It might make for a good photo. So that is what I'll do now. I'll head round this side where I've not been yet, past the car park. Anyone that's wanting to come here, there is a car park, but it's not the biggest. It gets jam-packed pretty quickly, so I'm kind of parked just off. There's a couple of little passing bays which I had to park in. I'm actually not too sure where I'm going here. I saw when we were at the previous quarry, there's actually a borehole, there's a tunnel that goes through the rock face. And I'm hoping, I've come round a long way and hoping I come through here, it'll actually bring me out. Because I went over to that scree area and there's a whole class of people there doing like kind of bouldering, and it's actually, there's a running water through it as well, so they've all got their hard hats on and ropes and things like that. So the last thing we wanted to do was troop through the middle of them, just with a rucksack and some trainers on. And go, excuse me lads, excuse me, coming through. So I decided to give that a miss. So I've opted for looping round it this way in hope that it'll actually come out to where that little cave is. This is looking really promising. This is exactly where I wanted to come out at. Hopefully we'll see what the view is, but it might just be nice just to get some kind of a wide-angled tunnel shot and going out towards the previous quarry, the Hodge Close quarry. I'm assuming this is a different quarry, but it might all be the same name. But this is awesome. It'll spin you around and let you guys see. So there's the tunnel there, and there's the rock face. So I'm in just this huge big cauldron of a place with moss covered trees, yeah, big huge boulders and ropes and wires from previous generations work here in the quarry. It's really quite awesome. So this is looking very promising. We have also in the shot possible inflatable pink flamingo, obviously, and a guy supping. Now if you can see here, I'll just zoom you in. I think if they're in frame I might do a little bit of photoshopping, maybe remove the inflatable pink flamingo. Yeah, I think this is where I'll go. This is the kind of next bit round where you'll just see me walking. So you've got a nice tree here, you've got the natural the rock face, which is, you know, creating that frame as well. And you've also got a really nice, this tree here might be a nice little feature. And obviously this is where the waterfall is falling into as well, so I've backed up quite a bit because in front of me it's just dripping and running water. But it's a lovely sound, it's beautiful, it's echoing right through the whole chamber of this cave. Beautiful. The trickiest thing about this place is trying to find somewhere that's not getting drips on your equipment. It's just everywhere you stand there's drips, it just kind of moves and like it's following you. Anyway, no surprise here, I am going to bracket massively. So as you can tell, the brightest part is that actual view there of the tree, and the surrounding area is extremely dark. But it's got such nice features to the rock itself. Because of it being slate, it's, you know, it's kind of sharp and chiselled look about it. And I really want to bring some of that out in the picture as you're kind of going into the actual main subject, which is that pine tree right on the edge of the cliff, and with the flamingo. And don't forget about the flamingo. Yeah, a couple of shots. It's such varied exposure times. Again, just for information, they're all pretty quick, so I'm not too bothered about the movement of the leaves and things, or the movement of the water. It's actually capturing the water that's dropping down quite well. What I have done on top of that, I've popped the polarizer on, just to kill some of the glare from the rocks. So I'm just conscious that I might not be able to get some of that detail in the rocks because of the glare. So I'm just trying to cover all bases here. Stick the polarizer on to cut out that glare. So again, taking the wide variety of bracketing shots as well, with the polarizer effect, just so I don't leave here thinking, God, I know I just never nailed the correct exposure for that rock to be brought into the frame, or brought into the kind of the viewer's line of sight, by brightening up or darkening areas down and brightening certain areas up, because it's just too blown out because of the harsh reflection that slate and water gives off with the bright light. So yeah, that's literally, it's dozens of shots at various exposure times, and again it's same with the polarizer in place. So hopefully out of all that, I'll be able to combine as many of these images and really work through exactly what points and what interest points of the rock face, the trees, the surrounding kind of natural framed cave wall. Just bring that out with all the variations of the exposure shots that I've taken. We'll see. Okay, so here I am. This is where I came before, the actual tracks that go into where the mine was. Now there's still some kind of gnarled up pieces going into the water, so what I'm doing now is a long exposure, and because of where it is, I'm going to have to focus stack as well to get the actual this area here in focus, and then obviously the backdrop with the trees and the slate as well in focus. So there's quite a few different shots here I'm going to pinpoint, and they're long exposures as well. I've got the little stopper on, 30-second exposure, ISO 400, and the f-stop's 10. Another thing I don't think I pointed out, I've actually got a polarizer on this as well, just to cut through, because part of that structure actually goes into the water. So I really don't want that lost with the ripples and everything going. I want that cut through to see it disappearing into the water as well. First point of focus is on that gnarled bit of metal going into the water, and then I'll focus then at the far end of the water's edge, and then I might try another focus up here. But I think just a tool will be required, because there's nothing in the middle. There's nothing in the middle at all, and as I said, it's a long exposure, so I'll just blend through when I put them together. So there's no issues there. Yeah, pretty happy with that. It's been a great experience. As I said, the last thing I've got to do now is the obligatory selfie of the shot looking out. So let's set up for that. That was such a great experience. A brilliant place to come and take shots of. So varied. Now we've got to get out of this place. A bit more challenging than coming in. So, but yeah, thanks for watching that. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a wee like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video with people that maybe are into photography, come down to the Lake District, want to explore new places.
all that will be greatly appreciated, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Take care, have a good one, see ya.